Welcome to You Can Do It. Today we're going to be working on a VW Transporter T5 or T6. They're all the same. We're going to change a CV joint on this wheel. On this wheel here, the boot is gone, so we need to change the CV joint on here. So we'll show you how to do that. Take you through all the steps. Now at this point, before we even take the wheel off and jack the vehicle up, you have got an option of flipping that cover out there, and there'll be a nut under there for the end of the CV joint. So they are usually very tight, so you've got one option is to take that cap off now, put a socket on it and undo that now. I'm actually by myself at the moment, so I'm going to show you a way that you can do all that. Well, you don't want to do it this way, so let's get cracking. So first of all, I'm going to jack up the vehicle, I'm going to put it on an axle stand, take the wheel off, and then I'll be back in a minute. Let's get to it. Okay, there's two ways to undo that nut. The way I like to usually do it is when the wheel's already on, connected up, before you even start working on anything. You can take your centre cap out of your alloy wheel or whatever wheel, and you can put a socket on there, and someone can put their foot on the brake, and then you can leave that undone with the car sort of stationary. But I'd already got all this off because I was actually doing the ball joint, so then you're stuck with a little bit, because sometimes even with someone putting their foot on the brake, it still starts to sort of slip as you undo it. So what I usually do is put a couple of bolts in there like that, and one of these really handy crowbars in there, and then you can put your socket on there. Put your socket on it like that. Look, that's locked. So look, and I've actually undone that, so that works fine. So that's loose now. So now what we have to do, when we go in here, you see you've got these here. Now I can see I've taken one out, but you've got to go around and undo all those. And again, you'll need someone to hold this tight. I'll put their foot on the brakes, or you just do as I've done here. So you have those in there like that, and then that locks that tight, and you can torque that up as much as you want, and then it won't spin. Now I'll just show you how I get to those, because there's an easy way and there's a hard way. Okay, the easy way is you put your little spline on there. You just put it on a really long there, and what I do is generally I run it all the way down there into there. I mean, I've got them holding the camera, so you connect it in there, and then basically that brings it right out here to outside the bodywork, and then you can then again put a long lever wrench on there and turn those. So I've done all that. So basically you crack one, and then you have to you can probably get to two, then you rotate that around a little bit, which means you'll have to move your bolts a bit, unless you've got someone just to put their foot on the brake, which usually should do it. It's only if you've got a really stubborn one. Or alternatively, start the car up and then just try and use the servo on the brakes, and you'll definitely have enough force there. So you just go around there and you just undo those 6 there. So I'm going to take all those out then. So then the drive shaft will be loose from the gearbox side. This nut is loose, so then I can undo that nut and take that right off. Okay, I've got the 6 bolts there out from the drive shaft. If you look in here, drive shaft's all nice and loose. Right, okay, that's in the process of replacing my lower ball joint anyway, so the ball joint's taken right off. But if you want to see how to take or crack the lower ball joint, you need to watch my video, VW T5 lower ball joint. So watch that and you'll know how to sort of crack that and get that off. Okay, so now we're back up here. So what I'm going to do is undo all this all the way. The spline shaft of the drive shaft, this one actually moves because I've recently replaced the bearing, so I know it's all greased up and loose. But if this is really hard to push out, leave your nut on. Take that right off. I'll speed that up. Take that off. Right, so now we should be able to push this through as far as it can go, look. And then what I'm going to have to try and do is pull this forward a bit more, look. And now, look, it's come right out. And you should find back out here that you can get this whole joint out. So let me do it and then I'll come back to you. Now, it depends which side you're doing. If you're doing this side with the longer drive shaft, then you can actually get this out without splitting the steering rack joint. But on the shorter side, you normally which allows you more leeway to sort of pull the whole hub out. So you can pull this out, but it's twisting on the steering arm. So if you can't do it, you have to release the ball joint on the steering arm, and then you can pull this thing right out and get your drive shaft out. So let's take the drive shaft out now, and we'll have an inspect it, because I've got, there we are, there's the drive shaft. I've got a leak, I've got an oil, look, I can see it there, look, there you go. It's chucking oil out. I've cleaned it up because I thought I'm just trying to find out, look there, the rubber boots split. So what we're going to do now is we'll take this off and put a new one on. So let's get cracking. Okay, next thing to do is get a screwdriver and then lever off these bands. Okay, so you pull off, well, now the clip's off, you can pull the rubber boot off, but it's a really dirty, disgusting, messy job. And now what we have to do is knock this off. The shaft has got a little circlip on the end of it, so you have to knock this off, and a real pain in the arse. You might see a video where they just knock it off easy. It's never that easy. So what I'm going to probably do actually is grease getting everywhere, so I'm going to take off this boot, cut it off or somehow, get the boot off, and then I'm going to probably wrap some cling film around there so I'm not getting oil and cooked shit everywhere. Because I'm sort of doing this at the side, just out where I park the car at the moment. So we've got to be a bit user ingenuity and how to get that one out. Normally you can put it, I've got a vise, you can hang it in the vise, and then you've got to smack down on that. But let's see what we can come up with, a way of getting that off. Okay, look, I've cut through there with the knife, and then I can just take this off, which makes it a little less messy. Clean that up, look, and then just put some cling film around there, so I'm not getting grease and shit all over myself now. So let's try and whack this off. This actually from a flea market, this huge weight jack, and it's been in the back of the van for ages, so I haven't actually mounted it because it must be about 35-40 kilos. It's huge, this thing. Anyway, what you need to do is just hold that shaft, hold that shaft there, and then this is obviously the bit that moves on your thing, and then you've got the inner one, and you need to hit onto that. So I've just took my hammer here, one big swift hit, and she came off. I think there was a ball bearing that shot off with it, but we're going to throw that away anyway. So look, there you can see there's that little circlip there, and that's what you've got to, when you hit it, you've got to push against that circlip to compress it and get the thing off. But we've done that now. Now that came off actually really easily, but sometimes they can be a real bitch depending on how far that circlip's expanded. So if you have to give it some serious smack, don't worry about it, because if you've got a new one, it doesn't matter if you damage that one anyway. But normally I would actually have this in the vise hanging down, and then this is all nice, then the CV joints are nice and flat, and you can put an adjustable spanner over it or something and then hit that, and that'll knock it off. But anyway, that's come off, so now we can just clean that up. We'll look at putting the new one back on. Okay, first things first, this is the old one. Let's just make sure that the new one that we've got actually is exactly the right one, which you never know. There's a nice new boot we've got. There's the nice new clips. There we are. Got the actual, that down there. We've actually got some new grease, because we have to pack it with grease, because I don't think it will be packed with. Let me take my gloves off because they're filthy. Okay, there's the new one. Looks pretty much exactly the same as the old one, so we're good to go. So let's start putting on. So first of all, when you get these, look, it's got no grease in it, so what we have to do is pack that full of grease and get it all ready to stick on. So let me pack it full of grease. Okay, so that's the grease that we'll thread, but trust me, I've done this before, so please, first thing first, before you do anything with this, take this rubber boot, stick it on here, because the number of times, I'll need both hands to do that, but the number of times you get carried away, you get that all packed, you stick it on there, you whack it on, it's all nice and so, then you think, shit, I haven't put the rubber boot on. So trust me, just put this rubber boot on now, and then you don't need to worry about it, because I have done it, like a lot of people have, and then I put that on there and then thought, shit, I haven't put the rubber boot on. So I'll put that on there now, and then I know I'm safe, and I'll go back and pack the CV joint with grease. Okay, she's on. Sometimes it's a bit awkward to get over that circlip. I'm not going to replace it because that one's fine. So right, let's get back and pack the CV joint. Okay, I just take a socket and just roll it like that. Get all the grease down there because I'm going to tear it off there. Okay, I've just mounted that in the vise I've got here. And then what we'll do is we'll just squeeze it all around here. So it's all coming out. Actually, I'll probably need both hands for this because we'll do a proper job. So let me just do that and I'll come back. Okay, that's the whole packet in there. So then I'll just squeeze that down in there between the ball bearings. Because make sure that all gets in there, look. And the rest of it's going to go down in the middle. Sorry, it's a bit of a messy job, but you want to do this now, otherwise if you drive it first few miles the vehicle's going to be just getting it's going to be running dry. So I just get it in there, push it all in, look, it's all slowly getting in, and then I know it's all going to be good. Good, isn't it? Clean that up, and then we'll get the shaft and stick it in there a little bit. Right, let me clean my fingers up and I'll be back. Okay, what I'll do now, if I get the shaft, I'll stick it in there, oh, and I can just move those balls around a little bit and just make sure it's not there, like that. Just make sure it's got some grease on it. And I can just look there, you can see some areas there, look, I haven't got any grease there, look. See, it hasn't got any grease on there. So if I do that, I'll just pack it. I'll go around and just make sure it's all got grease on it. Okay, that's in there now. So then what you can do, you can just get a piece of wood on there to protect it, and then just give that a tap with a hammer, which I've already done. So it means give me the tap there. Excuse me there, and that's it. That's in there. So just make sure that's in there properly. It won't come out again, and then we can put this rubber boot back over, and we need to clamp these up. Okay, you can test whether that's clipped in if you listen. So that's just, yeah, you can hear that hitting, hit that little circlip's hitting the end, so that I know that's in there safe. So let's get this. We'll push this back down over the top of that. Okay, there she is. I'll put these clips on it, make sure that the gate's in the right place. I'll put these clips on that come with it, so, and I've pinched them up. Now I actually haven't got the proper tool to pinch those up, so I'll just show you a quick little technique which I have just worked out, which seems to have worked really fine. So you put a socket in a vise or somewhere, rest one side on the socket there, like that, and then you need, it's a bit hard for me to do it and video and everything. Then you get yourself a screwdriver. Don't make sure it's not too sharp, or else it will cut it. And then you put that like that. And if you tap that with a hammer, a bit more than tap it, then that does the same job as a tool. And then do it on the other side. And then look, you get it. It pinches up nicely, and has that all nice and tight. Obviously, you need to put that around, and you clip it in and push it in as tight as you can by hand. And then you just got that little bit there to do. So I've done that, those sides. So now we are all ready to put this baby back in. So back over to here. Now what I do is I generally offer that up in there, right? And then get this end in first before we connect up that end, because this side can be a bit difficult. So what we do is we pull that right there, and then we've got enough space to get that in and get that end in. So let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, see, she's in there and she's in there. She's not connected up now, but she's in. So now put a nut on that end, pull it through. Well, I can get it through by hand, but I just want to make sure it's in the right place. There you are. So I can put a nut on there with a bit of juice on it, so it doesn't seize up, and then I can then connect the other end to the gearbox. So let's do that then. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push those up there and connect all those bolts in. Okay, if you put a couple of studs in there, I've just used an old a crowbar nail lever, and then that locks that wheel solid, and then you can tighten up the nuts down there, and it's not, and the gearbox, you don't have to have someone, that's if you haven't got someone to help you, but I just generally do that. It's all nice and solid then, and I can just go around and tighten all those up. Obviously when I need to move the wheel around, I need to take some of those out and say put them up here. But that just shows you how to tighten all that up. So let me crack on and do that. Okay, the new ball joint's on. I put the new ball joint on while I'm doing it, and that's all nice and tight. So we're basically ready to put the wheel back on. So that's it. You don't really need to see me put the wheel on. You can all do that. So we've replaced the CV joint. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too big a job. You can do it at home. I haven't got any special tools with me here really. The whole point of these videos are to help people who maybe would like to have a go at it but don't quite know how to do it, or normally put it into the garage and would like to have a go themselves but don't quite have the confidence to do it. So after watching this video, hopefully you can do it. So if you like the channel, give me a thumbs up. If you've got anything else you want doing on a VW van or transporter or multivan or whatever, send me a request and I'll see if I can sort it out. You can do it.